Cartwright, Paxson, and Jordan. Rice and Long, Cycli in the middle, Shaw and Smith. We talked, Dick, about that matchup between particularly Pippen and Rice. Any other important ball game?
Well, I don't think there's any one more important than the Rice-Pippen matchup. If there is, it might be a tendency of Rony Cycli in the first two games not to express himself. He really, Bob, needs to get after it offensively. Challenge whoever is guarding him. If it's Cartwright, he should use his quickness. If it's Will Perdue, he should take him out on the court, take him off the dribble. If it's somebody like Horace Grant inside, he should use his size. But he's got to really look at the basket tonight.
Rony Cycli under a lot of pressure as the Miami Heat, with a history-making first playoff game at home. Michael Jordan is averaging nearly 40 points a game in this series. We are underway, the Heat with the ball. Steve Smith, the point guard. Brian Shaw came in the trade from Boston for Sherman Douglas. Looking for Rice on the baseline. 2-0 Miami.
Well, that's what they have to have, Bob. They have to have a good start and a big night from Glenn Rice.
Scottie Pippen being defended by Rice. Have the switch now, the mismatch. Pippen hard to the hoop. It's tied at 2. Backcourt pressure from Michael Jordan. See Steve Smith, just a rookie, only played 61 games this year. That was Long, Grant Long from Eastern Michigan in his 4th year, and it's 4-2. This team shoots much better at home. One of the keys to the game, according to Kevin Lockery, is a good shooting performance. Jordan's pass intercepted. Brian Shaw, the lob, the jam!
Well, there's no excuse. Chicago could have easily gotten back. Jordan got back, protected the basket. Nobody helped him.
Well, this crowd's in love with the team at the moment, but these are doubles. Michael Jordan pulls up and misses. Rebound, Cycli. 6-2 Miami. Miami had a good first half in the opening game at Chicago. That was for 3. Jordan with the rebound, averaging 12 a game.
See, Rony Cycli right now is way behind the ball. He's got to get ahead of the ball.
Jordan with the easy no-look lob to Grant.
I think
Grant
Ron,
with the lay-in.
Excuse me, Bobby. I think Ron Cycli's got a little bit of the jitters here.
(6-4) Miami. First 2 minutes of the first playoff game of this expansion franchise at home. And Shaw threw up a prayer, and Chicago with a chance to tie.
Well, they need better shots than that.
John Paxson looking for Cartwright. Cycli. Grant Long doing a good job in the middle. And the turnover from Cartwright. It's 3-on-2. The no-look. Long missing. Rebound, Jordan.
Again, Cycli, 15, 20 feet behind the ball on a missed shot. He's got to get back and make sure that the Bulls play 5-on-5. If you get in a transition game with Chicago, you're in big-time trouble.
Rice with his first personal foul of the ball game. And Pippen goes to the line. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists for Pippen. They call them Bulls 1 and 1A, Jordan and Pippen.
Well, you know, Michael Jordan right now is at a perfect crossroads between the boundless energy of youth and the hard-won wisdom of age. And that spells trouble for all his opponents in the next 4 years.
The roar of the crowd deafening already in the first 3 minutes of this ball game. 6-5, Miami by 1. Here's that full court pressure now.
See, what they do is they leave the big man to bring it up. Kevin would like to have Brian Shaw bring the ball up, but they overplay him, and it's forced. Look at the shot clock. Haven't made an entry pass. Shot clock is at 11.
Down to 8 now. Smith. 6 seconds, and they're just now getting to the offense. 4, 3. Smith from long range. He drains it. That's a 3.
You gotta like this rookie. Led all NBA rookies had a very difficult year. Lost his mom, a tragic thing. Had major surgery. We see the steal.
3-on-1. Rice from Brian Shaw. It is 11-5 Miami. The crowd now feeding on the team and vice versa. Paxson from 19. Brian Shaw led his college team in rebounding. Rice, good move past Pippen. Offensive board for Rice.
Wonderful second effort.
Recycling. Stripped by Michael Jordan. From 17. Rebound cycling. Heat by 6. Electric atmosphere here.
Well, one of the things I saw in game 1, Bob, was that the Bulls came out tentative. They had a little bit of swagger on the countenances, and they were not ready to play. And that looks like the same countenance tonight.
3 seconds on the shot clock. 2 Cycling from the baseline. Ronnie Cycling, you're right, Victor says, starting very tentative here tonight. Inside to Grant. Blocked by Cycling. Maybe that'll loosen him up.
Well, that's where he needs to be. He's the biggest guy that they have. He's their best big man. He needs to be down inside protecting. Ball goes inside. Little scramble by Brian Shaw, but Ronnie Cycling comes over and helps out. That's exactly what he has to do.
10 on the shot clock. Pippen spin move off the glass. Cartwright, big board. And the foul. The Bulls are now 2 of 8 shooting the ball to open this ball game.
Well, I'm looking over at the face of Phil Jackson. I know that face because I've made that face. And that face is a face saying, we are not ready to play. I hope we can weather this. We got to get through it. I certainly don't like the shot selection, and I'm very disappointed in the energy level.
Grant Long picked up the first foul for him in this ball game. Cartwright shoots a brick. You know, I think the loudest stadium in the NBA is Chicago Stadium. This, at this point here in Miami, rivals the noise in Chicago.
I hated to play here. I didn't like it here. I always thought the weather was a big distraction. And then when you got here, this Miami Heat team always fed off the crowd. And no matter what you said to your guys, you couldn't make them believe it wasn't going to be an easy game because it was an expansion team.
Bulls only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Steve Smith off the wing. It's 13-5.
Bill Jackson wants to talk about this. I guarantee you. Guarantee.
It's a 7-0 Miami run. Listen to this crowd.
Well, it is Cracker Night in Miami. It shows how far this franchise has come. 4 years ago when they lost 17 in a row, it's Fly Sweater Night. Fly Sweater Night to swat the Hornets. It didn't work. Everybody threw those down on the court after the game. You also don't see any brooms in this arena. Let's go back to Bob and Dick.
And Dick, let's talk about 2 steals early in the ball game here. Steve Smith in the circle.
Well, let's see why this steal developed. Let's watch John Paxson as he goes through. He takes a cut as the ball is attempted to go through the post, but Steve Smith doesn't go for the cut. Plays the steal all the way, ends up in a nice, easy transition basket off the steal. Very difficult to stop the transition baskets in the NBA when the opposing team gets a steal.
It's been 1:51 since Chicago has scored. Heat on a 7-0 run. Chicago shooting 2 for 8. Heat 6 for 11. Pippen.
Nice rhythm jumper. Settle him down.
There's that pressure in the backcourt. Brian Shaw helping Steve Smith all alone. Long off the glass. Grant Long. He has 6 points.
See, that's not typical of the Chicago defense. Normally when you come into the lane, there's as many people as the Chinese army coming after you. And it wasn't the case. Unmolested inside shot.
Grant punched away by Long. Horace Grant cycling with the rebound. That's his 3rd. Cycling with 3 rebounds and a blocked shot early in the game. Glenn Rice being smothered by Scottie Pippen. Smith takes the shot to Paxson. We have a 3-on-2. Now Jordan coming.